So, welcome to episode 4 of Meet the GM, and today we have the GM of Edinburgh Packers. If you'd like to introduce yourself, a few will know you already, so
A few do, yeah. I'm Craig. I am the manager of Edinburgh Packers, as Johnny says, and looking forward to the season getting going and seeing how we go with the new format.
yes. So, obviously, they could probably tell by the second part of your team name and probably by the top you're wearing, but what team do you follow and for
Well,
how
that would be
long or why?
obviously the Green Bay Packers. I've been a Packers fan since I pretty much was born, Johnny. I've got family in Milwaukee. My mum's sister lives out there, so yeah, I've got pictures of myself as a baby with Packers bibs on. So yeah, it's been part of my being for since day one.
Well, then nowadays that would be down cruelty to children, but back then you were allowed to do it, I suppose.
Well, that's the thing you see, but there was no woke back then.
Cool. In fact, while I mind on, interrupt this one, I'd like to say congratulations to Luke, who had a baby boy on July the 4th.
Oh,
By the name
congratulations,
Theodore.
Independence
So
Day.
yeah, obviously he's in Hong Kong, but I'm not so sure if it was fourth on our date, but it's definitely fourth on his date. So I thought I'd pass that one on, and hopefully he listens to it.
Fantastic.
So yeah, so we've got your favourite team, and obviously I was going to ask where you live, but it's also in the name
Well,
Edinburgh.
it's in the name, yep. It's in the name. From Glasgow, live in Edinburgh.
Yes, Edinburgh with a Glasgow accent. There we go.
Correct.
Well, as soon as you leave Edinburgh, you get a Glasgow accent for most places anyway, like apart from Perth. But
Yeah,
anyway, so
yeah.
how many years have you been playing fantasy football?
Well, for fantasy football, I think when did we start? About 2009, 2010, something like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Hit 'em Hard franchise, that was a year before Show Me the Money, so it'll be 11 years for that one. So,
11
yeah.
years, yeah. So there you go. So maybe 2011 then. Yeah, I mean, I played fantasy football over here, but I'd never even dawned on me to go and play fantasy NFL. And so that's your fault. And it is your fault. And when I finally get divorced because I'm on my phone all the time, that's your fault too.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I got a Green Bay bottle, so there you go.
Very well done. I like that.
No, yeah, no. Well, at least it keeps you sober. Well, sometimes.
Well, it started off. It started off for a women. Obviously, you get into it, you play one season, one league, one season, then you maybe try two or three leagues the second season, and then you're playing 50 leagues a year. So that's and then it becomes your life, and then Dynasty comes along, and then you're never
Oh,
off.
yeah, Dynasty. Dynasty and best balls, and that's a year sorted. Like,
It's yeah, so it's become a bit of a religion now, but that's just the way it is. Great fun.
cool. So, obviously, keeping on the fantasy at the moment, what is your best or worst trade you've seen or been offered?
You know,
There's probably
I,
quite a few.
I mean, there's been a lot. I think the best deal, the funniest one that I ever got was with obviously with Mr. Baxter, the nemesis. When he was at, I can't even remember who it was. He was after. I think it was Kelsey. It was this year. It wasn't that long ago. I think he was after Kelsey, and I'm rebuilding. He's going one now. So I offered him it with the 203 and the 206 or something like that. But no. He insisted it had to be the 203 and the 209 or the 210. And I was like, no, the 203 and the 206, or you can forget it. And not. So I went away and got a much better deal, and they ended up having to give me the 203 and the 110.
Yeah, she wouldn't like that. Like, but yeah, he
So yeah,
tried to get Mahomes off me as well. I was like, no.
that
You
that
just,
that was my favourite one because he could have had the 203, 206, and he had to pay the 110 in the end. So that was my funniest one.
and also, so what is the best or worst draft move you've made?
Oh, God, the crowd. Well,
Give me a
Leonard
few.
Hankerson, ba-boom.
Yes. Was that? I thought that was Doug. Was that you?
No, that was me. That was
So
me.
you got an auto pick. Yeah.
I went on auto pick, and of course I'd been putting up the crap. This was like year two of Show Me the Money or something, and I was first up. I was very early, and yeah, I'm building a team, and I'm putting up the ones that I want for later on, just in case I forget later on, And yeah, Leonard Hankerson. That was back in the days of you didn't have Wi-Fi. You had a dial-up.
Yeah, because you lost connection, did you not? And then,
I lost connection and ended up with Leonard Hankerson.
yes, I always thought that was Doug. I forgot. I get lost in the chat. We used to slagging each other off about that one.
No, I'm afraid it was me. Thanks
So
for that.
here's one where you can make some enemies in the league. What is your least favourite team and why?
Oh, well, my least favorite. That's it. I've got three. Oh, I've got four now. But it's obviously I mean, I'm a Packer through and through. The Vikings, the Bears, and the Lions. Specifically the Bears. But no, it's not even any of them anymore. It's the 49ers now.
49ers. I had to be the 49ers.
My second favourite team, kind of I enjoy, when it came on the telly over here, you had your Montanas, your Rice, and Young, I had nothing against the 49ers until Douglas Baxter came into my
Doug.
life.
Oh, that's it. Well, Doug, and you've got Gary as well slagging you off now too, so you've got both of them. So,
Well, yeah, that's what I tend to find is all 49ers are a-holes, so, no offence to any
well,
other 49er fans apart from those two, obviously. And Sean Fleming. Sean Fleming as well, by the way. He can do
is he a
one
49er as well?
49er too. See
I'm
what I
going to start
mean?
tagging him in that check and let him go auto pick and he might get like some right donkeys.
Do you know what I
Anyway,
mean?
so what is your favourite former player from your team? So there'd be quite a few you could choose from there. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's so many you can go for. I loved watching Jordan Nelson play, just the way he played, and he just threw himself about and never missed anything. Obviously, you can go back right to the start. I mean, let's face it, the Green Bay Packers founded the NFL, really, didn't they, as it is today? So, you've got, you can go back and pick up Bart Starr, obviously, the first two Super Bowls in his back pocket. But for me, Reggie White, and because it's my kind of era as well, and that the sack to win the Super Bowl in '96. I mean, the '96 season. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I would say Reggie White.
cool. That's a good one. And what's your favourite former player that's not from your team?
Well, I thought about that, and I would probably say Jerry Rice if it wasn't for the fact that the 49ers are a-hole. So let's not go there.
I know. Well, I
He's
went Jerry Rice and then changed my mind to Randy Moss.
And well, I mean, there's so many places you can go. I love. I feel so bad that Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl. I think he should get a vote somewhere, because what a good quarterback with such a bad team. Um, but do you know who my favourite? Do you know who my favourite former player who not for my team is? It has to be hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, Des Bryant. Do you know why? Because he dropped
Because of the
that.
catch.
He
He dropped
dropped
the knob.
that. That's
Yeah.
why.
And he still goes on about it. Yeah.
Correct. And he dropped the blooming catch incomplete.
I'm sure Graham might get you for that one if he watches it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
So, what's your favourite? Doesn't probably won't watch it anyway, like, but anyway, we might tag him in it. So, what's your favourite current player from your team at the moment?
Do you know? I mean, who can you say? I mean, our team's in mega rebuild mode. I love Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is. Oh, by the way, see former players as well. Another one I wanted to throw a mention into was James Starks because he came into into those playoffs and he ran us into that Super Bowl in 2010.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So, I might just chuck that one in there too. But current players, I mean, who can you say current players? I don't. None of them have been there long enough to pick
No,
in.
true.
Back
Like I
to
say, you've got Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones is there. Yeah, he's a good running back, but he's no jump up and down, excite. Knock out the park. He's not a Jonathan Taylor or a, you know,
No.
Kamara or a Barkley, for example. He's not. Yeah, which was plain to see plain to see at Tottenham Stadium. Yeah, but anyway, um, yeah. So who do you say? I mean, back to Ari's probably our best player at the moment.
Yeah, when
Uh,
he's on the field. But yeah,
Yeah, when he's on the field, yeah. Jair Alexander's always fun to watch play,
yeah, he's good.
but at this moment in time we're building. I'm hoping in a couple of years' time I'll be able to say Jordan Love, I'm hoping in a couple of years' time I'll be able to say Christian Watson, but at this moment in time it's just build mode, so yeah, I'll go back to Harry because he's the best player when he's on the field.
I'm hoping you say the same for Romeo Dobbs as well, because I quite like him.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Any one of them that can pick up and go, I'm happy with that.
Not Mr. Kuntz. Is it Coates? Or is that, did he go to the Jets?
He's got. They're all
You
gone now.
get Kraft.
Who?
Kraft you got, the tight end.
No, the type we drafted, our tight end,
Yeah, you got
Musgrove.
Musgrove. But you drafted two, did you not?
Aye, we
You got,
drafted another. Oh yeah, Kraft as well. Yeah, that
Kraft,
was the
yeah.
other one's name. I thought you were talking about the old Bengals.
I was, but then no.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
so
no, but
what's
we
your
drafted two, so one of them might be the one as well, you know, and both are as good as each other by all accounts. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm excited about the season and see how it all goes, but to pick a favourite player of the current bunch,
that's a hard one for you, yeah.
and it's obviously it would have, you know, this time last year it would have been Boheed, but he's no way anymore. So,
Well, I don't think it would have been though, because you've under that keen in him, because he has been a boyhead for a couple of years, like so.
but I know, but it's still he was still the best. He's still one of the best quarterbacks to ever played the game. So
Well,
you
you
know.
know, I could always drag up the favourite story of that time in
Oh, I know.
Indian in
No.
Kirkwall, and somebody's pissed and saying that Aaron Rodgers is absolute bollocks and he would never win a Super Bowl. And what did he win that year?
Well,
The
I'd
Super
see.
Bowl.
So why didn't we go and why didn't I say it the next year?
I know. Because you were too busy singing his praise, and that was it.
Exactly.
And I think it went to his head actually. So, but yeah. So, what is your favourite current player not on your team? So you've got quite a few
The
from there.
current player not on our team. Who is my current favourite player? Do you know who my current favourite player not on our team is? Travis Kelce. Because I think he's really good off the field too, but he's just such a beast to watch play, and you know,
Yeah.
you're just guaranteed catches, you're guaranteed some action, you know. So yeah, I'll take Travis Kelce for that one.
Yeah, that's a good one actually, because yeah, he's like, especially in PPR fantasy, he'll
Yeah,
win you your
and
division, won't he? So,
he's won me a few, you know, and I've got him in a few dynasties. So although I just gave him to Doug in one, so good luck with him, Doug. I hope he's finished.
well, probably not, but at least not this year anyway. But he might be. Yeah, he is getting a bit older.
He is
So
getting on.
obviously, do you partake in a podcast?
Do I partake in a podcast? Well, you're kind of throwing me. I wanted you to ask me the one of what's your favourite podcast before you asked that one, because I
Oh,
was
well,
going to
okay
say
then.
I have
Well,
partaken in from time to time.
well, we'll go for that one then. What's your favourite podcast then?
So I do listen to fantasy footballers. That's the one that I kind of tend to listen to on the way to work and stuff. But yeah, my favourite podcast is one from over this side, and it's one that I very much cottoned on to at the back end of last season, and hope it carries on into this season. Called Football from Across the Pond. With that,
Yes, well, he's
the only
actually he's hoping to
problem is
start it up again. So,
the host's a bit of an arsehole,
oh,
but you know
well, he is a
the guests
Fortniner, you
are
know.
always the guests are always very cordial and fun to listen to, you know. So yeah, football from across the pond. Look it up, folks.
Yes, I'm sure Gary will enjoy the plug for that one.
I'm sure he will.
So, well, obviously you're a guest on that one, and also you do co-host another podcast, which
I
we do
well,
weekly.
we do the one for Show Me
Well,
the
show
Money,
me the money.
the local.
Uh,
What is it they call it in America now? The home
a
league.
home league, a
The
home
home
league,
league.
yes.
The home
Well, it
league.
really is a home league, because
That
yeah,
I've never got my name on the blooming trophy yet in
well, you should
11
have done
years.
last year if you'd been a bit more brave. But then that was Doug was talking about that one in the last podcast. But uh, of course, hopefully you'll be helping me do your weekly reports on this one.
Of course,
I'm sure
always.
I'm sure Doug will get the odds slagging if he loses a game or two, and maybe possibly Gary.
Listen, you know
Go and buy
me.
some.
Listen, I don't hold back on anyone. That's the thing. I don't know, you know. So please don't. If you take offence, don't watch because I will take the piss. Sorry.
Yeah, he will actually. Yeah, and obviously you said I've got forgot what I was going to say there for a minute there, but yeah, no, it'll be a good watch, and hopefully people will watch it and enjoy
Yeah, I hope
themselves.
so. It gives that wee bit of extra excitement to the season. I think, you know, and it's not just a case of reading out the scores. You've got to give a bit of bit of banter, bit of abuse out, you know, and hopefully, you know, people will come on and guest on and give it back tenfold, you know, because I'm here to take
Yeah,
it.
oh definitely, that'll be a good one. So obviously, what is your favourite NFL related movie stroke documentary?
I mean, I watch Hard Knocks every year. That's always a good watch, you know. But I mean, Draft Day, you can't not watch Draft Day on Draft Day.
I know. That's
That's.
my custom. Every Thursday night before a big draft, I watch draft day.
I mean, it's an awful movie, but you can't not
Yes.
watch it. You have to watch it, you know. But I don't. I mean, they don't really do good, you know, good sports movies, really, do they? It's always, you know, it's all you always know either you know the ending, you know the ending before it starts, you know. The underdog always wins. That's how movies go, and it's
Well, there was one I was watching the other day, and I can't remember what it was, but they didn't actually win because they came up short just on the goal line. I can't mind on what one it was, but
still a Hollywood finish in it.
oh my god, yeah. I
It's
think it was
but yeah,
actually that one was based on a true story, and it did actually just almost win, but they didn't win, so it was a bit more realistic.
the true
Obviously, still
story
got
ones
Hollywood
are
actors
not
and
too
that kind
bad, you know. I seen there was one about some high school, you know, a true story about a high school football team, you know, come
of. Is
from
that
a
We Are Marshall? Is that
yes, that
Marshall?
one, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, something like that, yeah. But yeah, that you know, these ones they're kind of watchable, but I can't remember the name of it, so they're not that great, you know.
I used to enjoy watching Friday Night Lights. Then I
Yeah,
watched the
I never
series,
watched
but the
that.
series is better than the movie. Yeah, and the
Yeah,
movie was
I've
okay,
never
but I enjoyed
watched
the
it.
series.
It's, but
No,
I do like watching documentaries. In fact, do you know what my favourite one is? America's Game, because that's a real good watch.
yes, that is
I
good.
love
Yeah.
America's Game. I look forward to it coming on before the season starts every year, you know. And I've got every one of them on my Skybox on record. So yeah, America's Game.
I don't watch the ones about the Cowboys. I can't do that.
Do you know I even watched the one? I even watched the one about the Bears in '89. I
Yeah, but that
even.
wasn't bad. Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what I didn't realise, and I found out when I watched the one on our '96 one. See the Bears quarterback McMahon. He was our reserve quarterback in our Super Bowl in '96. He was fouls for. So he got two Super Bowl rings. He got one with the Bears and one with the Packers.
Oh,
Don't think
geez,
many
that's
folk.
very good.
No one's going to be able to say that. I don't think
No, no, that'll be a pop quiz one sometime.
it will be. But there you go.
So here's the
And
next
what?
two questions are coming from two 49er fans for you, because
Oh,
obviously
here
you've
we
been
go.
postponed and coming on. So the first one is, oh no, actually, no, you can ask this one. It isn't actually for you, but you might be interested to see your answer to this one. Who do you think the 49er starting quarterback will be in the playoffs?
This year,
Yeah,
I don't think he's on the current squad.
who's that?
I don't know. I
Could
don't
have
know.
anybody apart from that. So yeah,
I don't think he's. I don't think he's on the current squad right now because all three will go down injured. All three have got injury. All three will go down injured, and they'll have to go and pick someone up. So it'll be some like Colt
Matt
McCoy,
Ryan.
Matt Ryan. You know, it'll be it'll be not on the squad right now. That's what I'll go
Not
for.
this
Do you know
one.
why?
That's actually
Do you know why? Because they're just going. Because see when the quarterback's hurt or you're down to your third quarterback, do you know what they call? Quarterback sneak right up the middle. Let's run our last quarterback into all those big boys and see what happens.
right. No, come on. No, no talking about quarterback sneaks when you're talking to a Giants fan after no last year, the year before. But it's fourth and third and 22 and go for a quarterback sneak
Gosh,
or something daft like that. So the final question is how long will the Packers be in the doldrums? And that
yeah,
one is from your second favourite 49er.
yeah. I mean, do you know what? It's one of those ones where it was a long 70s and it was a long 80s. You know, now I don't remember the 70s obviously. I got started watching it in the 80s and it was not pretty. But yeah, it can't be that long, let's put it that way. It's in this day and age, I mean, it was a different game back then. You know, you could go into the door. In this day and age, players are all very good coming out of college. It's what you do with them, and the Packers do seem to be good at doing good things with players. I don't think it's going to be long. You know, I don't think it'll be 10 years. You know, a couple of years maybe, and we'll see how Jordan Love goes this year. Would I be surprised if we made the playoffs this year and made a run at it? Not at all. Let's
Cool.
put it that way.
Well, that's it. You know, what I mean, like you say, quarterbacks are more ready now, NFL ready. So even if it's
Everybody's more
1,
NFL
2
ready now.
years,
You know, everyone's more NFL ready now. It's you know, back then, back then, even you know, like the likes of the players that are playing and the, you know they're playing at high school and they're maybe seeing one game a week. You know, they get one game of football every week. The guys that are playing the kids that are playing in high school now, they're studying it. They've got 24-hour coverage on the telly. They're studying what the players in the NFL are doing from such a young age. Not just one team, not just like their state team that they see every week. They're studying them all.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it
it is,
just,
yeah.
they're so much more ready to play when they come in that, obviously you're going to have the superstars, but the rest are much more muchness, and it's about the coaching and how they getting the best out of these players. And the Packers do have tended to do quite well with not very much. So
Yeah.
I do hope that I don't think we'll be in the doldrums for long. I don't think we'll go into the doldrums. I don't think we're going to have a 116, 215 season. I think we'll be close to the playoffs. If we don't make it, we'll be kind of 10-7. Not 10-7. Maybe 9. However many
9-8.
9-8. Maybe 9-8, something like that. 8-9. 7-10. But we won't get absolutely hammered week in, week out, I don't think.
So I've got one for you. Who's going to win your division? I know you love that question. I thought I'd throw one in the
Winner division. I'll be betting the Packers because we're going to be a price. I would not be surprised if we win it. But I think the Lions are probably just ahead of the Bears at the moment. I think the Lions,
likely, yeah.
and I think that's down to the fact that Campbell is just such a good,
coach.
and he
Yeah.
he gets them running through walls, and if they can carry on the way they played last year, if they can carry that on to this year, they'll be a very, very, very good team.
And if Jamar Gibbs hits the ground running and as good as they think he is, then
Well, yeah, I mean they
that'll
had
be scary. Like so.
they ran the ball well last year. It needs to be because that's where they're really might fall down in the set. But I don't even think it needs to be Gibbs. Montgomery's a cracking running back for me. I think
Yes.
he's going
I've
so
got him in a
late.
few places. Like,
I'm going to end up having him everywhere because I can't help myself. And it's when I see players that I think are going to do really well and they're so far down, and I can't help myself. I can't. I've got to pick them up. So I can see me having Montgomery absolutely everywhere next year. So yeah, Gibbs will probably take off.
So obviously the next one is you've got a question for the next guest, and at the moment it's looking like it's going to be Sean Douglas.
Oh,
It
you
could be,
didn't
but
tell me
it
that
could be
before.
anything. So
You didn't tell me that before. If it's Sean Douglas, I want to ask him the same question about the Colts. Where are they going next year?
how long will they be in the doldrums?
I want to know how confident he is in the Colts turning it around next year, and Richardson specifically. If it's not, running my big question for it is my big question for the next one is in just a redraft league, running backs or wide receivers, which to go first? What's the most important to draft? Running backs or wide receivers?
Is that super flex or non super flex?
Non-super flex. Just a redraft, non-super flex. Is it backs
PPR,
or receivers?
PPR or non PPR?
Oh well, there isn't no non-PPR anymore.
Well,
PPR,
there is in our league, so
well,
yeah,
there are league is, yeah, but yes, PPR because that's how it's played now.
I know. I do miss the non PPR though.
Running backs or wide receivers, what's the most important to get in first? You see, for me, it's running backs because there's few and far between bell cows these days. But I know, obviously the receivers are. It's like running backs, like buying your, buying that trusty old car that gets you from A to B all the time and goes really well. And the wide receivers is buying your Ferrari.
Yeah, but then most teams don't really have a bell cow now. You know what I
They
mean?
don't know, so but you've still
So
got
it's
to.
hard to
That's
get.
why I say you've got to get the backs first.
Probably
And the
Eckler
receivers
because
are
he's still going to get his touches, and
Taylor.
CMC he's going to get Taylor.
Exactly.
Yeah, Taylor.
They're all up. They all still go for. But for me, it's important to get them in as opposed to getting your Jeffersons and your Chases and your Hills. But I
And
want to know what the next guy thinks.
what round? Do you think Bijan Robinson's going to go?
And the redrafts,
Yeah.
I think he could go in the first round.
I've seen him in the first round for I was watching a Scott Fish Bowl last night, and I think he went in the first round there
Put
in a
it
mock
this
draft.
way,
So
he won't be in any of my teams because I ain't picking him up in the first or second round. That's for sure. Do you know what? He's got competition there as well. That guy,
Al's here.
yeah.
Yeah, and Patterson's still there as well.
Patterson will get touches if he's still there at
Yeah,
start of the season. He'll get touches, but they'll cut him. They'll probably cut him. That Huntley boy's still there as well.
yeah.
I'm not
They've got
saying
4 good running backs basically.
Bejan's not going to be number one. He's going to be the number one. He's going to lead the team, but he won't be in my team from the first round or second round. That's for damn sure.
No,
Absolutely.
I
Keepers
don't think
and
I've got him
dynasties,
anywhere actually.
absolutely. Keepers and dynasties, yeah, completely. See, in Dynasty, I think it's more important to pick up your wide receivers in Dynasty and get the stud wide receivers because they last longer. You're only going to get 3 or 4 years out of a back, really. And then they're, then they're in decline unless they're absolutely special,
Like Derrick Henry seems to
like
be.
Derrick Henry, yeah.
Because well, there's a bell cow for you. He'll still be running the ball like mad.
Well, exactly, yeah. That's
Uh,
and I can't believe where he's going. I'm seeing these best balls. I'm getting him in every bloody best ball we're doing because again, I can't help myself. He's doing in the third round. It's like, what's Derrick Henry doing in the third round? I'll have him.
well, he was catching the ball last year as well. Like and had that short pass against the Giants. He went for like 60 yards
I mean,
because nobody could bring him down.
I think
So
but it's one of those ones where he's. I mean, he is going. They're going to be running like crazy as well, again, and it's a 1 year. A redraft. It's 1 year. Yeah, I'll take Derrick Henry all day long. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to ship him out the dynasties I've got him in because I think he's only got 1 or 2 more years.
yeah,
Really good, and he's been picking up in. He's had injuries now, but yeah, for a redraft in the third round, Derrick Henry. Hello.
yes, oh definitely, yeah. Especially if you get bonuses for first downs, then
Yeah,
who's going
that's
to stop him? You know what I mean? So,
I mean, the thing that puts you off for running backs as well is the fact that you get a point per catch for receivers, but then, running backs, the bell cow running backs get 20 touches in a game. You can't give them a point for, well, we are in one league, aren't they? And it's get your backs in.
that wasn't my best setup of a league before,
Listen,
but it's too late to change now. Like,
exactly, and it was worth a go, and do you know what? It's something that's really different.
did did uh, did somebody not score 100 points or something? Was it McNamara when he got 6 touchdowns and 100 yards or something like that?
Yeah,
He
no,
scored like 110 points or something like that.
there's been over 100 points scored by a couple. I think CMC's done it
Yeah.
at least once as well.
And Jonathan Taylor when he had like 200 odd yards and 30 carries and
I mean, in that league, my backs. I mean, I had remember Patterson was classed as a wide receiver as well, so that's the
oh
OC.
god, yeah, you scored with that one, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my backs in that were like Mixon, Kamara, Jacobs,
Well,
and Bonner or something like that. I mean, they were fantastic.
yeah. Could we not trade Kamara and Chubb? Because I've got Chubb now. Did I get him off you?
No, he didn't get Chubb off me. I didn't have Chubb.
You got Kamara off me though.
I got Kamara off you. Who did I give you for Kamara? I think I just
Honestly,
gave you the
remember?
first round. I can't remember now. I cannot remember, but yeah, I definitely got Kamara off you, and I've had Mixon forever on it. But yeah, it's a different league though. It's fun.
Yes. But you've won that one, have you not?
There's a couple, I would think so. Yeah, with Kamara and Mixon
I think
and
you've got, yeah, because he scored those touchdowns in week 17 the year or something like that, and
it was.
basically won you the final.
And when I had Patterson in at wide receiver, when he was carrying the ball every week, he was getting 18 touches a week. And I
Yeah,
have him in wide receiver, that's 18 points before you even kick a ball, before he gets a yard, he's got 18 points in his back pocket.
yeah, that was a bit of a cheat one, that one. But yes.
It was.
Very well. Thank you for coming on, though, Craig.
Pleasure, Johnny.
And
I
hope you enjoy the Orkney Bowl.
I hope so. I'm sure it will be a blast. It's let's year one's a feeler year. Let's just feel it out, see how it goes, and then we'll be absolutely rolling.